Y'all must have really ticked off the twins because I ain't never seen them get on Instagram or anything and address any mess. But girl, I'm not surprised if the story is true, at least for one of them. Let's talk about it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
Welcome to another King and Reese video. What? Happy October. Girl, it's November. Happy November. I hope y'all November is starting off good. Baby, it's been an interesting week. This whole story with the, what do we call it? We call it the Les twins or the Lee twins. Or, I don't know. I don't speak French. Okay, child. I don't know nothing about that. But this whole story about one of them having 37 kids, this TikTok that has went viral of some girl saying that he has 37 kids. We got to talk about that because some of the stuff in the live stream, I was like, oh girl, you definitely have not been through Beyonce's class of not getting no line sounding stupid. But we got to talk about that. Also, I have some words for Rick Ross, and you know, what he got to say about Jada Pinkett. Like, I don't know what it is about how you men are responding to women and them talking about their stories and stuff. Like, Rick Ross, you need to... The girl said you need to be worried about changing the sheets in the beds that you were pooping in, but we gonna get into that. We gotta talk about a little bit of Married to Medicine because I did a full review on Patreon because this season I thought wasn't gonna give, but after seeing this first episode, y'all might want to tune in. Also, Real Housewives of Potomac first episode was boring, not really interested in it. But I watched a little bit. I'll be talking about a little bit to give y'all something sweet since I won't be cooking for this Thanksgiving. But I will be cooking up them struggle plates. Y'all know what it is. Summer Walker has done something so bold that I have not seen many mainstream celebrities do, and I have so much respect for her. We're gonna talk about that. And I think that's all the tea that I can think of right now. It's been kind of a slow week, but we're gonna make it juicy because I make some mean broccoli. I make a mean broccoli. Before we get into any of that, let's go ahead and get to my mental health check-in. Mental health, girl, she's been on a roller coaster ride. I've told y'all I'm gonna keep it very brief and stuff because I just don't want to bore y'all. But girl, it's been up and down. I don't know. But I remember sitting in the barbershop and there was this guy who was talking about he just doesn't feel here right now. He was just saying, I don't feel here. Like, I don't know. It's hard. Yeah, I'm very curious if it's because we are in our 30s and we're an adult. I wonder if this is how my parents felt during the recession in 2008. I'm feeling like because I felt it a little bit because their situation was, you know, kind of let me feel some things too. But I wonder, like, is it because we are a little older and these things happen to affect us more versus have they always been happening? Well, they always been happening, but is it affecting us more because we are up in age where it is really like touching us and we can see it? So many things, because girl, I was doing some research the other day and we in a recession. The girls don't want to say it, but we in a recession. Something going on. Somebody had tweeted and said the strippers in Atlanta are going to Miami because the clubs is drying up. They ain't making no money. And that's when the sex workers ain't making no coin. Some stuff going on. And also one of my favorite restaurants in Atlanta they doing happy hour. They ain't never did no happy hour. Ever. Like, they actually look at folks sideways to do happy hour. This is the way I'm gonna tip my butt on over there. You know, I ain't drinking right now. I ain't drunk in a month. Shout out to me. I haven't had any alcohol in a month. I'm gonna continue to see how long I can do this. But yes, I talked about that experience and that journey on Patreon. If you can support me, if you can't, I'll talk about it a little bit, but not in this video. But yes, I am, you know, taking it day by day. I hope y'all are doing the same. This is why we are here. We're going to be talking about some stuff to make us laugh and just enjoy the moments and be informed like I always do, like I try to do. So let's go ahead and get to the tea for today. The tea for today is I want to talk about Drake calling DJ Akademiks and asking him to like tone it down, like, hey, you out here, you're doing a lot. So he did an interview with Vlad TV, child, the feds, period. He was just talking about the time that Drake had called him and was like, hey, you dragging SZA, like what's going on? Like what's going on with that? And he said that, you know, he didn't feel like that, you know, he was doing too much, but he said that they was telling him, you don't talk about anybody who signed the TDE. and SZA is signed to TDE or whatever. And SZA is a close friend of Drake. Now, what gets me is why has Drake is the last person that needs to be calling anybody about like how to treat women. Like, girl, you need to call your own house. Like, you need to call your own house. How you responded to Megan Thee Stallion and how you talk about her and, you know, whatever, like the shots and stuff that you've been throwing, we've been seeing you just like your other sister. And I talked about that on Patreon. Ooh, the way I dragged it, because baby, we saw the memes, and you're not telling me for a second that those were not shots at Megan Thee Stallion. You just, I don't want to get into it too much on here because y'all boss is out of control. But y'all are out of control. Y'all already know that. But yeah, it's just like, you know, DJ Akademiks does have, I talked about in my video, how he has a history of how he talks about black women. And he's very particular in the words he uses when he's talking about black women. He doesn't do the same when it's about men. He don't engage in the same type of stuff. Like, he doesn't. And, you know, I don't think it has nothing to do with him being a bad T-boy or potentially gay or DL or all of it. He's just like any other man with a microphone. They're all like bashing women. Like, they're all doing it. And men, we can be very guilty of it. I know I was in the past, and I'm like very aware of how I speak and critique them now, but we're all guilty of it in some way, shape, or form. And we try to say, oh, it's just critique, but it's like, yeah, like, but we need to be careful in the ways we critique black women. And I just see that across. Like, there's another person who's out here getting chewed up for their response and how they talking about Megan Thee Stallion online, and I was, you know, gagging at that because I'm like, girl, are y'all really surprised? Are y'all surprised? Period. I'm not. Yeah, DJ Akademiks receiving a call from Drake, I thought was the funniest thing ever. Like, I just thought that was funny. Like, Drake calling folks like, okay, sister, we see you. Moving on, I want to talk about this whole drama with the Les twins. I think it's the Les twins. If I'm saying it wrong, tell me. Because y'all know for the longest I was saying Tori Lanez. So if it's one of those, oh well, child. But the Les twins, we're going to call them the twins. Because y'all saying I put that in there. I said the twins. The Les twins are in some drama right now. Someone made a TikTok and, you know, made accusations that one of them have 37 kids. Like, one of them have 37 kids, and we're saying that both of them are in this, whoever can have a set of twins wins the bet or whatever. So apparently, you know, allegedly they're betting whoever can come up like with some twins in the Nick Cannon situation of impregnating all these women wins. You know what? I don't know them, but I wouldn't be surprised because men. Like, I just wouldn't be surprised because men, it sounds like something that men will do. It sounds like something that men will do it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's real. Now, one of the twins came out and said, you know, none of this is true. Y'all need to go find another target. Like, where they at? I want to see the babies. I want to see what they look like. Like, he said, we could do 10, but 37? That's a lot. He said, y'all are crazy. Y'all, you know, got too much drama on your hand. And where they at? Where they at though? They say I got 2 black eyes. Where they at though? Now the twin that addressed it was Laurent. He called them ridiculous. I might watch not Game of Thrones. What's that shit? Harry Potter, Hogwarts. I might watch that this weekend to disappear for a second, even though I'm late to the Halloween party. But the other one hasn't said anything. The other one hasn't said nothing. So I'm very curious what's going on with that. But the girls were talking about it on Twitter. They were dragging it down. Like, they was dragging it down. Like, what is going on? But watching his Instagram live, and he said, you know, he wished he would, like, it sounds like a good idea, he would have some with some Asian women. Because of a samurai situation. It was very weird. Very, very weird. Like, I was like, hello? Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Like, he said, oh, like, I want with some Asian women. Yeah, but one of them was pretending to date that non-black dancing person who was saying the N-word, and was never reprimanded for that. But I don't know. I do enjoy to see them on. I did enjoy seeing them on the tour. I enjoy seeing them. I think they're very talented. Yeah, I wonder how this is going to happen. I wonder what's going to come from this, because it is rumored that Beyonce will be doing the rest of her tour in Brazil. So I'm wondering, like, will they be a part of this? Like, what's going on? Because there's some rumors. Issa Rae has hinted to us some stuff. Like, I wonder if that's going to happen. Y'all know the end of this month, Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour movie will be at the AMC theaters the end of this month. I don't have any tickets, but I do have tickets to go see the Marvels. I will be going to see that, period. There's someone I know who has tickets who said they would probably take me. But I told y'all before, going to a movie theater with a bunch of Beyonce fans, like the Taylor Swift fans, they was acting up in the movie theater. I can't, because everybody want a moment. Everybody wants a moment. Everybody gonna be on their phones recording reactions. Let me tell y'all something. I will, girl, there's no Easter eggs and stuff I need to miss. I've already been to the tour. So if I go to the movie theater and you one of the folks that's cutting up, I'm going to politely hop down and ask security to remove you. Immediately. Immediately. I promise you, it ain't nothing for me to miss. So I'm going to be, I'm going to be on it. Like, if you disturbing me from enjoying, I'm going, security, escort this woman out of here, period. That's what it's going to give. Like, period. Because I want to enjoy it. Like, these tickets ain't cheap. They $30. That's half the tank of gas for me, $30. We in a recession. I want to enjoy the movie. I'm spending $50 on tickets and nachos and popcorn and drink. I'm spending almost $60 to enjoy this experience when I could have just rented it on my Apple TV and said it was an accident and got my money back. Like, it's not on no streaming services. I gotta go pay to see it. Well, I'm not paying because I'm gonna probably go with somebody. But girl, either way, like, you know, I'm gonna use my AMC Awards because I am a star member, period. Because I love to see a movie. I love to see a movie. But yeah, y'all want to see it. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Talk about it. I want to see the visuals. You are the visuals, baby. So let's talk about Rick Ross and him calling Jada Pinkett psychologically lost or something. Like, so Rick Ross has, you know, done an interview and he was talking about Jada Pinkett, and the reason why it was brought up is because he did a song with August Alsina. And he was asked, I don't think I agree with Jada Pinkett. To me, she's psychologically lost and needs some counseling. Jesus, what you got to tell us next? When you tell us you haven't been together in 6 years, you haven't had sex in this many years, you don't have a prenuptial agreement. Okay, what's next? What's interesting about this is I'm still confused of why people saying they don't like Jada Pinkett, why they don't want to hear anything else. We don't have to hear anything. Like, I'm not reading the books. I'm not interested in reading the books. Yes, there's people talking about it, but people are talking about it because people are interested in it. Same way Chrisean and Blueface. Sick of both of them, but people are consuming it. People might not say it out loud, but they're doing it. Same thing. The girls is finally feeling comfortable saying they pay for Zeus to watch baddies. As much as folks want to say, I don't watch that mess, y'all watching the clips, y'all watching the stuff, y'all are engaged. And people are engaged in Jada Pinkett. And she's not forcing anyone to buy these books or anything. She's telling her story. Same way rappers, male rappers, tell the same story of sleeping with the same light-skinned, non-black woman. Rick Ross, this is the most pushback I've ever seen you give a light-skinned woman in your whole entire career. Mr. Molly and her champagne himself, like, girl, what's going on? Like, hello? Like, I am confusion. Jada, you know, now she posted, she said New York Times bestseller, period. Like, period. I don't blame Jada. Like, this is my story. People are interested. I'm on my press tour, period. I've seen folks go to these press tours and they said they loved meeting her and she was very nice and they were interested in her story. I don't see no issue with it. I don't know. I think the only issue is that she's a woman. Because men can sit here and tell us the same story over and over and over again. I don't get it. It's just, y'all need to find some help. I don't know. It's just really weird seeing everybody's responses, especially men, to her stuff. Like, y'all do the same stuff. Yeah, celebrities, all y'all share y'all lifestyles. All of y'all do in different type of forms. Like, oh, I'm rich. Rick Ross, we see you playing in your pool all the time. You want us to know that you're rich all the time. Why is that? Because people are interested in it. People are interested in it. So people are interested in Jada's story about whatever she got going on. See? So this season of Married to Medicine is a key. Like, I'm glad they got rid of Contessa. They got rid of other homegirl. It's good. Like, Sweet Tea and this engagement, whatever, with Dr. Gregory, and woo, so many thoughts. Now, I've done a full review on it. I will be doing a full review on it every week on Patreon, but this will be for my House Martell and House Lannister and House Targaryen tiers. But the review is up. Like, it's hilarious. It's a key. Shout out to the patrons over there. But my other patrons are getting other good content. If you sign up to one of those tiers, you'll be able to see the review. But I'll give a little bit of it in this video. Like, it was just, woo! Can we stop talking about quad? Like, girl, like, Sweet Tea is not ready. She's not ready. Sweet Tea is not ready for what's coming. And I know it's already filmed and all that. I hope she is doing well, because, girl, this will make anybody crack. Like, she is on a show where these women, these folks have been on this show for 10 years. She's coming in way younger than them. She's 31, with women who are established in their careers, established with their husbands, been through the stuff, know how to navigate being on the show and how to move. She ain't got it. And she's outgunned, like, it's, especially with dealing with Heavenly. Ooh, baby, but I screamed when Simone said, Heaven needs to worry about veneers. Baby ate it up. Like, I talked about it. There's some other stuff that happened. But baby, that clip, a quad coming up and saying, hey, 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 to the bachelorette party for the fiance of her ex-wife. One chop. Like, I would have chopped myself. I would have left my own bachelorette party. What? It's a setup. It's a setup, but y'all, you know, tell me what y'all think. If y'all been watching Married to Medicine, if y'all watched the first episode, tell me. I will be reviewing it again on Patreon on House Martell, House Lannister, and House Targaryen tiers, period. Real Housewives of Potomac, watched it a little bit, and it's just, I'm not really excited to watch it. Same drama, same stuff. One's an idiot, Robin ain't leaving. Another person who came on and pretended to be rich is now finding out that they're broke. Like, we've seen that over and over and over again. Like, how many times we gonna see these folks on these shows? Oh, they rich, rich, rich. And then we find out a year or so, oh, y'all don't have no money. Like, there is a connection between the folks who go on these reality shows who pretend to be super rich, and then they end up being in some legal stuff for some fraud or owing taxes, or they just don't have the money. It's a given at this point. Like, everybody's over there inflating their wealth. Like, it's just, you know, y'all ain't the only ones. I mean, Donald Trump literally said that he inflated the price of his properties. Like, scam, capitalism, gotta love it. Moving on, let's talk about Summer Walker. I am so proud of Summer Walker. I am standing right now, because she is doing something that a lot of mainstream artists are terrified of doing, and it shows the artistry, it shows who Summer Walker is. I love it. Summer Walker has posted basically supporting the Palestinian people for the genocide that is happening to them in their homeland. Like, we've not seen a lot of mainstream celebrities speak on this. Like, they just not touching it, and that is selling. Like, they can talk about anything else. Like, these mainstream celebrities can tell us, like, black folks shouldn't be doing this, they can just da-da-da-da-da-da. But when it comes to this, they are not. We are seeing people being destroyed. Like, that's the best way I can see it on YouTube. We can see that. And we're not seeing folks talk about it. There are artists who have been really co-opting looks from Malcolm X to the Black Panthers. And I know folks gonna say, oh, you talking about Beyonce. She's not the only one. There's other ones. Sierra has done it too. It's a whole bunch of them who have talked about it. Even the celebrities who live in Atlanta, who were very police, like pushing back on police, have not said shit when it came to Cop City. They have not said anything. They've not used their platforms. They have made money off of appearing to care about the liberation of black folks. And Summer Walker is very adamant and saying like, hey, you know, I cannot stand by and see this and not speak on it. And I'm going to read some of the stuff that she said on her Instagram, because once again, y'all know I have an interest relationship with Summer Walker. I love her, but at the same time, like, Summer Walker, what's going on, sister? But I do appreciate her when she is right. When she right, she right. She right on time. To my fans, those who have been seeing what's going on and those who haven't yet, who should be, the message is one that should need to be said. However, it is a clear must. The genocide and execution of innocent lives, those of children, women, men, and elders in Palestine and Gaza, needs to stop. As an artist, a black woman artist who is not the most versed in global politics, I didn't quite know where my position or voice was needed. However, I can no longer stand by and watch as thousands of children and innocent civilians are targeted under the mask of propaganda of combating terrorism. Period. I face criticism when being outspoken in support of Black lives, yet I can't allow the shaming we as artists face keep me silent. I do not have answers or know all of the political discourse, but I know what is wrong. Period. I'm not gonna read all of it, but she ate that. And I appreciate her. I appreciate her for getting engaged. I've talked about it, and you know, the same. Like, this is not my subject of expertise. I have been sharing people who are more well informed and their thoughts on it on Instagram as well as Twitter. And I'm sometime probably this month I will be doing a more detailed video with someone for YouTube. It depends, because you know how YouTube is, but I will be posting it on one of my platforms or whatever. But it is very important for us to understand what is going on. Because if this is happening there, it can happen anywhere. Like, it is happening across the world, and it is affecting people who look like us. Oppressed minorities, like, who are being pushed out of the land that they were on. Like, people are telling them, like, no, girl, you don't need to be here. Like, this is us. Like, settlers doing what they do. Colonizing land. Period. And it's disgusting. And I know it's a lot of pushback, and it's a lot of, you know, moving parts when it comes to speaking on stuff like this, because you will sometimes be reprimanded. Folks will try to label you as something else. And we've been seeing it a lot. We saw it when it came to Jamie Foxx, you know, talking about, just joking and saying something about Jesus. And folks was like, oh, this is that. I was like, girl, no, this is how black folks talk. But I appreciate Summer Walker. Love her down. I have really appreciate y'all supporting me and everything this year and all of that. I hope that y'all can continue to support me. I appreciate y'all once again. And until next time, I'll talk y'all later. Hi.